Hey everybody, welcome back to Idiot Proof Cooking. So I'm going to be doing some baking today. I'm going to have a little bit of fun and make some unicorn bars. They're kind of like a cross between a blondie and shortbread. They're really rich and sweet. They're quite fun to make because you pack them full of a bunch of sprinkles, hence the name unicorn bar. And then you put some icing on top. Now I usually make them around Easter time, but I was craving them, so I felt like making them today. So why don't you check out the video? I think you really like what we make, and let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into making these unicorn bars. I think you'll really like these because they're really tasty and super easy to make. So start off with a large mixing bowl, and into it you will want to pour in 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Next in is a 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. And then I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. So pour that all into the bowl and give them a quick whisking together, but then set everything aside for a moment because now it's time to get ourselves some unsalted butter, specifically 1.25 cups of it. And then we're going to add in 2 cups of white chocolate chips. Hold on, I'm going to give those a quick taste test. Oh yeah, those are really good. So anyways, pour those in alongside the butter, and then we're going to melt these in intervals of 30 seconds in the microwaves until it's nice and melted and everything is combined. But you know what? I think I have too small of a bowl, so hold on. I'm just going to get a larger bowl here. I'm pouring them in while Rose is bugging me to eat all of those chocolate chips. But anyways, like I said, melt them for 30-second intervals in the microwave until they come out all melted and combined. They should look something like this. As you can see, the white chocolate chips melted and kind of combined with the butter. So anyways, pour all of that in alongside the dry goods, and then I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla paste. Now you can use vanilla extract if that's all you have. Either one works fine. From there, I'm going to crack in 3 large eggs. Now I let these sit out at room temperature for about half an hour, and if you get any eggshells into the mixture, make sure to take them out. But yeah, crack 3 large eggs in, and then I'm going to get my electric mixer and mix all of this together until it makes a nice smooth and homogeneous batter. There you go. Should look something like that. Alright, after everything is all mixed together, it's time to start adding in some sprinkles. These are unicorn bars after all, and we want them to be nice and colorful. So I'm using about 4 tablespoons of just regular old sprinkles. You can use as many or as little as you want. Now, I am a firm proponent in the more sprinkles the better because these are going to be nice and colorful and lots of fun, like you can see. So anyways, it's time to go get yourself a baking pan. I've got a 13 by 9 inch one here, and I've lined it with some parchment paper. And I am just going to pour all of this batter in very carefully, not to spill any of it. And no, Rose, you can't have any of this batter. There is raw egg in it after all. But anyways, I'm then going to spread the batter out to all 4 corners of the pan and make sure it's nice and evenly spread out throughout the pan. And then I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake this for about 25 to 30 minutes until it comes out golden brown along the edges. As you can see, the edges have browned up, but the center hasn't. And if you touch it, the center is a little bit soft still. But that's actually what you're looking for because you're going to let it cool down for about an hour, hour and a half. And during that time, the center is going to just like really set and thicken up, and it's going to be so good. So after about an hour's time, I have let it cool down. You can give it a touch and you can tell that it's firmed up quite nicely. So now I'm going to just run my offset spatula along the edges of the pan to make sure that it didn't stick, or if it did stick, just unstick it a little bit. And now it is time to make the frosting. So get yourself out another mixing bowl and add in 4 cups of powdered sugar. From there, I'm going to add in 1.25 cups of melted unsalted butter. Just spatula all of that in. And then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla paste or extract, again, if that's what you have. And then I'm going to add in 1/3 cup of whipping cream. Pour that all in, and then get your electric mixer again and mix this all together until it forms a nice silky smooth frosting. Look at that. Now I'm going to also add sprinkles into this as well. You don't have to, but again, the more sprinkles the merrier. So I put about 2 tablespoons of sprinkles in, and then I'm going to add some blue food coloring to make it nice and colorful, and then I'm just going to mix it all together until it's all combined. But then I had a second thought, and why don't I make the frosting purple instead of blue? So I'm adding in a few drops of red food coloring, and then just going to mix it again with the electric mixer until it's all combined. I think purple's a more fun color than blue after all. So then I'm going to just get my spatula and pour out the frosting on top of the unicorn bar. Use my offset spatula to smooth it all out, making sure that it's nice and evenly spread out. And then from there, I'm just going to throw this in the fridge for about an hour to like really firm up the frosting. But before I do, I'll just give you a quick close-up shot here so you can see all of the sprinkles in the frosting. It's pretty colorful when you cut into it. So anyways, stick it in the fridge to let the frosting firm up, and then it's time to pull it out of the pan. So I'm doing a little bit of a hack job here getting it out. I had to use the offset spatula and the normal spatula to get it out, but I did it with minimal damage to the unicorn bars. And then it's time to just start cutting these up into bars. They are unicorn bars after all. So I'm going to cut off an end piece here and cut off one of them here. As you can see, I did a little bit of damage to it pulling it out, but that's okay. Now here's a close-up shot. Look at all the colors and sprinkles in there, and it's nice and dense. So let's go in for a taste test. And oh yeah, that is so good. It is nice and thick and dense, but smooth because of the melted white chocolate in the actual bar. And it's really sweet and just so good. It's like a cross between a blondie and shortbread, like I said in the intro. But you know what? I gave one to a buddy of mine, and he thought it tasted like Dunkaroos, if you remember those like sweets that you ate as a kid. And I can see where he's coming from. It does kind of taste like a Dunkaroo, but they were really good. And of course, Rose is very interested in what I'm making here, so I'm just going to cut them up into actual bars and give you another quick shot of a whole piece of one. As you can see, they're nice and thick and really just look at all the color in them. They're a lot of fun and so damn good. But that is the end of the episode. Like always, I hope you like what you saw here today. If you did, why don't you drop me a comment, like the video, or even subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching Idiot Proof Cooking. We'll see you again soon.